Well, well, well. Bitcoin just blasted through 111,000 and it's not stopping there. The megaphone pattern that we've been highlighting is playing out perfectly. It nailed our last targets and now we got a golden cross actually flashing on the dailies. And if we go over to the weeklies, we have a golden cross occurring. So we got a macro setup that's screaming risk on, is 200,000 on the table. You better believe it. Let's break it all down. Welcome back, Crypto Crew. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest in Bitcoin and crypto action. If you're ready to dive into today's market analysis, give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe. And don't forget to follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. All right, big moves in the market today. Big moves, and let's break it all down. Bitcoin surged past 111,000, setting a fresh all-time new high. And why is it important? Because as we can see on the weekly chart, and I'll go back down to the short term, but right now on the weekly top, Bitcoin is so freaking predictable right now. Okay, it always forms double tops, retraces, and then breaks through the double top. Here we go. Another double top right here. A nice healthy retrace. And then another double top formed right here with a really healthy retrace. And the marketplace now is going to be using this area right in here as support right now in order to reach the all-time new highs overall of 200K. But let's break it all down. We got massive institutional demand. ETF inflows are accelerating. We have a post here on our X, but I'll just highlight it for you that BlackRock just upped their Ethereum exposure. And guess what? Pizza Day just became a $1 billion celebration, but the real story is what's coming next. All right. Let's kick things off with the 4-hour chart right here. Let's talk about this chart right here. After tagging new highs, we're seeing a short-term resistance right around. I would think that the resistance is going to come in right around 114,000. Where I'm getting that is if I extrapolate a trend line from here and I come up to the top, I'm going to see that we're going to get some resistance at 113,825, 114,000. Now, the main point that we have to watch in the short term is, guess what? 109,588. That is the all-time high from the past market movement. This area should really act as a decent support point for us in the short term, potentially even coming back down. I'll tell you the real support, the main support is, guess what? That 106. If there's a dip to 106, in my opinion, it's a gift. Okay. So the previous high of 109,588 should now be acting as solid support with a deeper support line resting at 106,000. Now, volume right now is slightly tapering on a micro pullback, which is usually very good. It signals a healthy consolidation before continuation. If we hold above the 109, the market's really ready to push again. So if we zoom out to the good old daily charts, let me get over to a daily chart right here. What we're seeing right now is a golden cross forming right here on the dailies. That's your 50-day crossing through the 200-day. Historically, this signals a really trend upward continuation and usually precedes major rallies. So for right now, that 116,000 that we were talking about on our other chart is really in play right now. So as it stands right now, Bitcoin 109, 588 should act as a decent support for us if it somehow, for whatever reason, as institutional profit taking, actually the strong hands trying to force the weak hands out, we could get a drift down to 106. But I think for me personally, in my opinion, that is a gift. Let's go even bigger. Let's go over to that weekly time frame that we're talking about here that I can highlight for you here. Aside from the all-time highs, there it is. We got a lot going on this chart, and we're going to be bringing in something for you traders that maybe you don't really use, but we like to look at it once in a while. We have right now a liquidity level that's forming within a massive support zone where we said it's just under 109, and also the all-time high of the 109,588. This is the battleground that the bulls need to win, and they did. Now get this. We got a golden cross forming right here, and we're above the Ikimoku cloud, which is a Japanese indicator. If you're not familiar with it and you don't speak Japanese like myself, it's basically just a support and resistance zone. And the key part of the cloud itself, also known as the Kumo, is when price is above the cloud, it indicates a bullish trend. Inside the cloud would mean that we are consolidating. We are way above the cloud right now, and the marketplace is indicating still a big bullish trend. Now, the cloud is thickening to the upside, which signals strong trend continuation. So now we have confluence. We got a golden cross forming. We got the clean support, which was the old high that we talked about, that 109,500. We got the bullish megaphone pattern that has been working out, and we got a price that is above that cloud formation. So everything is looking really good. That's the four major technical signals lining up, and it isn't hype, it's structure. And if it holds, we're talking about that 200,000 price point in the sights. Of course, not straight away, but it's increasingly probable. Now, let's just talk about macro for a section. Moody's downgraded U.S. debt, right? Regional banks are wobbly. Old world markets shaky. But as I said in previous videos, crypto is the key to solve all these problems. We're also talking about where Trump is actually saying he wants a Bitcoin reserve to back and pack the US dollar as the reserve currency of the world. You can't have a downgrade with Moody's. If you're the reserve currency of the world, you can't be anything less than a AAA rating, yet they're downgrading us. So where's the marketplace going to go? Where are the institutional investors going to go? Well, I think if we go back to the old chart that we talked about, you could see where they're going. They're going into Bitcoin. They're going into Ethereum. They are diversifying themselves, and they're getting away from the old world markets. So if we also talk about the M2, I should have put up an M2 chart. I think that I don't have it right here, but the M2 money supply has been ramping up. And we talked about this, ad nauseum, all right? We said that, it takes about 105 days for the liquidity to kick in. And that's starting to kick in right now. So we're talking mid-June liftoff potential. Liquidity drives the markets, and crypto is the first to feel the surge. So this is what we got going on. Let's just wrap it up really quickly. We got main support right now at the old high at 106.5. If we could break down through that, we're looking at potentially we called this low like perfectly, man. This was before this marketplace did this. I got to give kudos to Frank, man. I mean, he said, okay, I threw up the this line here, but he said, no, we could come down right here and then we could break upward. He's expecting a pullback, which would be healthy. Retracements are healthy. So the 109,588 should act as our support right now. That's the old high. Okay. Now we could get a drift to 106. All right. Now that would be healthy. I don't know if it's going to happen. If the 109,588 goes, we got to be looking for good sweet spots to really buy the coin. For me personally, man, a dip to 106 would be great for a short-term trade to blast back up through the 111. So that's what we got going there. Let's go over to there's the daily golden cross forming. Let's talk about this one more time. All right, Bitcoin itself. Double top, okay. Slight retrace, not much. Breakout using this area right in here as support Market takes off again, creates another double top, falls a little bit, comes back up, uses this area right here, the liquidity level, as support. As it sucks up all this liquidity, marketplace jumps to all-time high at the 109 level. Guess what it did? It formed a double top a couple of times. We had that deep retrace where the world was ending at 74,500. Everybody, it's gonna die, it's gonna die. We said it's not gonna die. We said it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Yes, we did say we could drift to 68, but that would have been a gift. We said that as well. Marketplace took off right from there. So now, guess what? We're now in this area of the double top again, and we should be using this area as the main support. You see, we got that price, right? Like 106, really important price point on the weekly to drive this marketplace up to 200,000. So have you missed the boat? Well, slightly. Yeah, but guess what? There's plenty of room to get involved with this marketplace. And we're going to point you in the right direction to get involved. So before I go, and how you can get involved with this is that you can come over right here on our YouTube channel. You could click on this where we have our totally free crypto trading community. We'll be dropping insane alpha trading opportunities from daily breakouts to setups to long-term gens. We got you covered. Okay, and it's totally free, and you'll be mentored by some of the best traders, that we have in our group, and I can guarantee you a fun time for all. Now, if you want to follow our trades, you click on this link right here. That's our solid broker. Okay, WEEX, low fees, execution, perfect for our trading strategies. Join the crew, level up your trading, and let's stack those profits together. We do have a trade running right now. I want to show you that trade. We are long the coin because we've been saying long, and the ROI right now is 73.2%. Pretty good job, Merlin. Pretty good job. Should be 130%, but I'll take 73.2 right now. So remember, always, 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 trade with your head, not over it. Do your own research. These are just my personal opinions. Join up with WEEX. Great broker, solid broker. Join our trading community. And remember, always, as a short-term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.